In this video, I'm going to be giving you a fresh Town Hall 15 guide with content from the brand new update and a progress base to go along with it. Whether you're a brand new Town Hall 15 or someone who's been at Town Hall 15 for a while now, this video will have helpful and useful information for you. Now, the first thing that you're going to do is that you're going to put down the monolith and the spell towers. These will immediately give you a bunch of defensive power and differentiate you from a Town Hall 14. You're only going to put them down for now though. You're going to max them later when you're focusing on your defenses. The other big priority when you get to Town Hall 15 is to start working on your pet house. Ideally, you want to unlock all of the pets as soon as possible. The first two levels are okay to do manually. However, the next two levels you should be using magic items to get the best value out of those magic items. Now, the other thing that you want to work on are your heroes. With the brand new update, there are 10 levels on the heroes now, so you really need to start working on them early. I would recommend in the beginning to have at least 2 heroes down if possible. Now, if you're working on the pet house and you're not upgrading any pets currently, I think 2 heroes is more than reasonable. However, if you do start working on the pet house and start upgrading some of those pets, try to keep at least 1 hero down at all times. This will ensure that at least you're getting through some of those levels. As you're working on your heroes and your pet levels, what you want to do is focus on your offensive upgrades. So that concerns your CC, your army camps, and your lab. Now, the CC is the only thing that is actually worth putting magic items on. You don't want to do that on your army camp or your labs because they're not 14 days or longer. You want to do those manually. However, by doing all of these upgrades at once, you're going to generate the most amount of power possible, and you're going to actually hit really hard in War and in Clan War League as early as possible, which is exactly what we want. Now, let's talk about storages for a second. If you're a free-to-play player, you actually need to upgrade these storages. Otherwise, there's going to be no way around it. You won't be able to afford a lot of these upgrades that we're talking about, so you need to get those done early. If you're a gold pass player, you can go ahead and skip some of the storages early on. However, I wouldn't recommend that. I would just say go ahead and do the storages, especially early on while you're farming for the heroes and the pets. It's going to be really difficult to keep up with everything, so go ahead and do those cheaper storage upgrades, and that should help out a little bit. Now, since we've been talking about heroes and pets, let's go ahead and transition to talking about them specifically. The heroes now have 10 levels each at Town Hall 15. That is a lot of levels to get through, and you really want to get started on them early. If I was you, I would prioritize the Queen and the Warden first, since they offer the most offensive value. After doing those, I would then move on to the Royal Champion and then the Barbarian King. There are tons of new defensive levels at Town Hall 15, so it is an absolute priority that you do these hero levels early. Otherwise, your attacks will start to fizzle out and you won't be able to use Town Hall 14 levels to triple decently leveled Town Hall 15 bases. Now, let's go ahead and discuss pets as well. I'm not fully familiar with what the current meta is on pets, so I'm sorry about that, but I can't really advise you on exactly which pets to upgrade. However, I can give you some general advice that I would follow. And the first thing is that you should unlock all of the pets. Even if you're not using the Phoenix, for example, you can still unlock it and use it with a hero potion for a specific attack if it is something that you need. However, if you don't have it, you cannot use it at all. So I would recommend going ahead and unlocking all of the pets. Now, even though you have all of the pets unlocked, I would highly recommend that you only upgrade the pets that you're going to use. Now, depending on the attack that you're using, or maybe the person that you're following that you're learning attacks from, you're going to have a different combination of pets. Only max the pets that you're going to use, then once those are fully maxed, you can go ahead and go on and use the other pets. Now, when it comes to Yak and Lassie, they also have an additional 5 levels now, so the max levels are 15. I wouldn't grind those out unless you get levels onto the other pets that you're using as well. So if your other pets are 5 levels off max, then I would say it's okay to start grinding the Yak and the Lassie, because if all of your pets that you're using are 5 level off max, 1 hero potion can make them max. If they're not, then you need to go ahead and get those other pets. For example, Frosty and Diggy, you need to get them to level 5 first so that you can get the most out of your hero potions. Okay, so let's say at this point you have gone through the first part of the progress base, you've done your offensive upgrades, you've continued to work on your heroes, you've continued to work on your pets. What do you do now? Well, if you keep 2 builders on heroes at all times, you should have about 4 builders to work with. And now we're going to move to defenses. Now, at this point, the upgrade guide is going to change based on whether you're a maxer or a rusher. If you're a maxer, you're simply just going to follow the progress base. I've already aligned it in such a way where it already takes the big biggest defenses in order first. For you, if you've already maxed your Town Hall 14 account and you're just coming to Town Hall 15, the magic item difference is really not that big. However, the difference on whether or not you focus cannons or scatter shots, for example, is really big. So you just want to focus the important defenses first. However, if you've been following this channel for a while, you've seen some of my other videos, you guys know I recommend rushing, and this is one of the main reasons why, is because if you're a rusher and you're at this level, you're going to go ahead and leave those core defenses. You're not going to touch the eagle, you're not going to touch the inferno, because you're going to wait until you have magic items, and those magic items will get tremendous value and really shave your time to max. While this is going on, you're going to upgrade those cannons, archer towers, wizard towers, bomb towers, all those other upgrades that you've been kind of pushing off. This is going to help a lot because your builders are going to save a lot of time, and you're going to save a lot of time because you only need to do the long upgrades when you have magic items for them. So this is one of the main benefits of rushing. I will link a video at the end explaining exactly how you could do this and how you could shave literally years off of your time to max by doing this. Now, regardless of whether or not you're going to manually upgrade things or you're going to hold them for the best magic item value, the priority is still the same. The first things you're going to do are the monolith, the eagle, the scatters, the infernos, the expos. Those are the core defenses. You really want to get those out of the way, and those are the things that are going to make the biggest difference in your defense, so they're really important. After that, we want to focus on air defenses because they're going to make a big difference in air attacks. Then we have the wizard towers and the bomb towers. These are splash defenses, so we want to focus on them because they can really save attacks at times. And then after that, we have the cannons, the archer towers, and the builder huts. These are the last things that we're going to focus on, and I'm not even going to talk about mortars, and that's really self-explanatory. And in terms of traps, the traps that you want to prioritize are the tornado trap, the giant bomb, and the seeking air mines. If you don't have those fully upgraded yet, I would upgrade those rather early on, probably after those core defenses and before you start doing air defenses and things like that. That is a good time to get those types of traps out of the way. They can be really important and cause fails on the defense, so prioritize and upgrade those if you can. Now let's go ahead and talk about the laboratory. I know a lot of people ask questions about the laboratory. Usually I cannot give you like the best advice about the laboratory because it is individual based, but there are certain things that I would upgrade at Town Hall 15. The first of that being the goblin. Now usually all of us, I really recommend that we farm with sneaky goblins even after the free armies update. I think sneaky goblins are still the way to go, and because there's the new goblin level, upgrading these goblins will only help you in the long run. Also, it's always a priority to put levels on your barbarian and your archer, because if you do that, then your heroes will get stronger as a result. And after that, it's really just up to you. Now there are all sorts of levels that just came out at Town Hall 15. There are really strong air levels like the dragon, and there are really strong ground levels like the P.E.K.K.A. or the bowler. Really, it is up to you and whatever type of attack that you do. And my biggest recommendation, however, would be to max only one army composition at a time. That way you have a full strength army composition or two that you can use in war and in clan war league, and this should help you a lot in making sure that you get those triples where you need them. Now just a note about magic item usage. I always get questions about whether or not you should use magic items on a specific thing or not. I would recommend using magic items if that upgrade is over 14 days long. If that upgrade is over 14 days long, it is perfectly acceptable to use magic items. You're skipping over 2 weeks of time. This is good value. I also want to add to this and say that the longest upgrades at any Town Hall level should be done with magic items. So at Town Hall 15, the longest upgrades consist of the eagle, which takes 20 days to upgrade, and the 2 scatter shots would take 19.5 days to upgrade. Please do not do these manually. Do them with magic items. Even if you're a maxer, just wait and do them with magic items. Now I know it's going to be a long journey and there's going to be a lot of upgrades, but hopefully with this progress guide, you guys at least have a little bit of a direction of where you want to go and at least where you are in the process. That being said, this upgrade guide, and really any other upgrade guide that you watch for Town Hall 15, is not going to be of any use to you if you haven't gotten to Town Hall 15 yet and you haven't gotten there efficiently and quickly. That's why you need to watch these videos right here, because these videos will quickly and efficiently get you to Town Hall 15 so that you can max as fast as possible and completely shave your time to max.